So what happens when LeithCars.com decides to sponsor a NASCAR Xfinity Series race team? Well, buckle up, because Timmy and I are about to show you right now. I want to welcome Timmy Hill to 0 to 60 and LeithCars.com. Timmy, what a moment. This is a special occasion for LeithCars.com, special for you and you working with us for the first time. And welcome to the show. Welcome to Leith Toyota. And gosh, we're glad to have you on board and sponsoring your race team.
Well, we're certainly glad to have Leith Cars join us for the Charlotte Roval. What's neat about this race coming up is this the first race that NASCARs will be running the infield at Charlotte, which is very different. It's another road course. I think all the drivers are really kind of been begging for another road course. So we didn't think it would come to Charlotte. We're so used to the oval there. So I've seen a lot of videos. A lot of guys are having a little trouble with it. So I think the race can be very exciting for the fans. And hopefully our car's not the one having trouble, and we can capitalize on a really good finish.
Yeah, Timmy, I mean, like you explained, the whole thing about Roval, and they're using the hashtag Roval, is that you will be driving on part of the regular oval at Charlotte. But they've actually put up, I guess, barriers to steer you guys into the infield. And then that's a special course that's all marked. And then you come back out on the oval. But it's not even like you don't go all the way down the straightaway. There's even a little duck in and out there or something, right?
Yeah, there certainly is. And it's neat because Charlotte's actually made all but probably 2% of the entire mile and a half that we typically race on part of the racetrack that we use this weekend. They put barriers up on the entrance of turn one, which directs us into the infield, typically where those motorhomes are parked. So
what are those folks doing for the weekend?
A lot of fans that have season passes in the infield, they had to pack their stuff up, move. But I think that they've done a great job preparing this course. There's a lot of neat things I think the NASCARs will do on the road course. So I'm excited. I'm kind of nervous. We don't know. All I've seen is videos. We haven't practiced there at all, so don't really know what to expect.
What is the schedule? This race is on Saturday, September 29th. It's an early afternoon race. What happens for your week coming into the race? How do you prepare for this thing? And then leading up to, we got to get some practice time in.
Well, typically on most weekends what I do is I do an online simulator, and I'll run hundreds of laps. And what that does is mentally prepares me for the race, where I figure out my braking points, my throttle points, where pit road's at. But with this track being so new, I don't have that option because we haven't had the technology to download the track and have the simulation. So for this track, I'll just have to study as much film as I can. We get to the racetrack, they're going to allow us to take our street cars out there and kind of get an idea what the track's going to look like. And then they've allowed us to have an extra test day for these cars. So we'll have more practice time than we normally have each weekend. And that will give us some extra time to really kind of figure the track out, figure our setup out, and what I'm going to need for the race.
Timmy, again, I want to thank you and Carl Long, the owner, MBM Motorsports, Danny that helped bring all this together, and being with us here today at Leith Toyota for the big unveiling of the LeithCars.com number 66 Toyota Camry. Part of what goes into this car, and this makes there's another special layer to it. This car, as we've kind of told you behind the scenes leading up to today, has some NASCAR history related to it.
We're excited to pay kind of honor to Gene Hobby. He's here with us today. We have him. He's going to be right along with us. His name's on the car. So, years ago he ran the number 99 car here locally, and so to kind of have him here with us and running along the car, it's a really neat experience.
All right, so now we want to welcome to 0 to 60 TV by LeithCars.com our honored guest today, Mr. Gene Hobby, who raced in the Grand National Cup Series back in the mid-'60s.
Hello, Mark.
Welcome.
Gene, Timmy, how you doing?
Good seeing you.
Timmy Hill, yeah. So Timmy and I were just talking a little bit, Gene, about the paint scheme, the design that went into the LeithCars.com 66 Toyota Camry. It pays tribute to what you did back in the day in NASCAR. Tell us, when did you race? Where did you race?
64, 65, 66, and I ran about 22 years, about 3-4 years in Grand National back then.
Yeah,
so.
in the Cup. Yeah.
Cup car, yeah.
Yeah, you went on to do some, I guess, Daytona Dash series in the 80s.
Yeah, Late Model Sports and Late Model Dash. It was the Daytona Dash at the time, you know.
But the race car that you are most known for was the car that you raced during that Grand National Series, they called it back in the day, before they had big time sponsors, right?
Right.
And one of the tracks used to race that, and you know, again, one of the reasons that it was just a natural fit to bring Gene into this sponsorship with Timmy and his team is that we met Gene and got to know Eugene with Our State Magazine and a wonderful feature that they did on you and the guys that used to race at Orange Speedway. Yep.
That was 9/10 mile dirt track. That was fast.
And that racetrack, I understand Bill France Sr. started that back in the day.
Right.
Used to be a horse track or something.
Half-mile horse track.
And a dirt track, right?
Dirt track, yeah.
Gene, tell us, just do some name dropping. Who were some of the big names that we would recognize that you used to race against back
Ned
then?
Jarrett, Junior Johnson, Fireball Roberts, Curtis Turner. All my heroes. All my heroes. That's the reason I got into it.
Yeah.
I said, they can do it. I think I can do it.
Now, Timmy got started in racing, with his dad and coming up through go-karts. Tell us, how did you get started in racing?
I sat down in the Grand National the first time when I ran the first race up at, of all places, Bowman Gray.
So you just decided to go racing?
Yeah.
You just needed to find a car. And back in those days, you could kind of come into the dealership. You can't do that now. We'll sell you a car, but you can't turn it into a race car. But back in the day, that's what you guys used to do, right?
Well, you come into the dealership, but we didn't do much good. They didn't know anything about a rolling billboard or anything like that, But they finally caught on,
What took place at Okanichi that kind of changed your Cup career?
Well, on the 47th lap, my wife was scoring, and it's 9/10 mile, and the river's on the backside, and the only thing that stops you going in the river is the trees. Okay, they didn't have any fences, just a fence, a sheep fence in the front of the grandstand. And on the 47th lap, I had 3 laps before that, I was following Junior Johnson, and it was a fast car because it was built by Cotton Owens, the car I had. And anyway, I followed him for 3 laps, and 3 laps before that, all 3 laps, coming out of 4, the rear quarter panel brushed the bank. I said, well, I'm going to pass him in a minute if I can. So the next time I come around, the front end dropped down right before we got to the bank, and it bumped to the right front ball joint, I found out. And I end over end and rode it 5 times in front of the grandstand. At the first year in '65, that they made shoulder harnesses mandatory.
Yeah, right across.
We had a seat belt then.
Before that, you just had that lap belt.
I still been one of the pine trees on the river right now.
And you guys wear like motorcycle helmets?
Motorcycle helmets, yeah.
And goggles?
Bubble goggles.
A little different what you got, Timmy, right?
Yeah, it's different. Now we have full face helmets, nice Hans devices as a neck restraint, and 7-point belts. So.
Oh yeah.
I bet you wish you had that back then.
We had a headrest.
Well, guys, understand that, obviously, Timmy, you got some practice to do on the Roval, Charlotte Motor Speedway, and Gene, you're our guest down there in the pits, and we're going to take you on 0 to 60 right now. Y'all ready to go?
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Let's get it. Get it.
Coming up on the next 0 to 60 TV, we take you to the first ever Roval at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's race day.